Hello. My name is Stanley. Uh, I'm beginning to learn how to code, and this is what I've made so far. I used a tutorial to make most of it, and bits and pieces of things I read online and small little tutorials here and there. Mostly trying to figure out some of the stuff by myself. The tutorial showed me how to uh, use a game object and give the game object components such as the rigid body, colliders, and scripts, and showed me how to use uh, scripts to control said rigid bodies and add different properties to said rigid bodies or components. I guess the language is kind of new to me. I'm new to coding. Clearly, that's why I'm doing this. Uh, yeah, the game is the Flappy Bird clone. The tutorial was showing how to make a Flappy Bird clone with the basics of Unity. Here's all my assets I used. I did the art myself. It is Berserk inspired. I made a Dragon Slayer model for what would be the pipes if you're playing Flappy Bird. And then Puck is the one flying in between the swords. I used copyright-free noises off of a website. Just a random background I drew, so it wasn't plain when you were playing the game. We got sound effects, obviously. I already said that. Here is the code. Slayer middle script. This is the trigger and what helps add score to the score tracker when you score through going through the trigger in between the swords. Here is Puck script for game over when he collides with the swords, game over if he goes out of bounds, and how to jump or fly in this scenario. All the references. Here's just like how the swords move and how they spawn. So it's like on a timer. Timer's on 0, but that's how it spawns. Here's some more floats for the spawn rate, timer, and the height offset, so they don't all come in the same position. The Slayer move script, so this is what moves them across the screen. Because the birds in one spot flapping up and down, the pipes are what move. It's kind of intuitive. I like it. Some main menu buttons for quit and loading up the sample scene. Or I want to change the name. It's the game, basically. And the logic for buttons in the game, for the game over screen, score, yada, yada, yada. I don't fully understand everything. I'm excited to understand all of it at a point. I'm starting to kind of get it. I was able to do some of this stuff on my own. Like the audio was pretty easy to put in by myself. Buttons aren't too hard to understand. Only things I have trouble with are like, well, there's one thing in the game that I wasn't able to do. When you die, you can still score if you fall through the middle point on this, which is the trigger. So what I did was I just offset it from the center. So if you die right here on either of these and you still fall through, I'm sure you could still hit this, but for the most part, you always kind of like fall down here and you don't really hit the trigger very much. So I couldn't figure out how to get it to code where when you died, you just couldn't score. Like the trigger didn't go off if the rigid body was, what I tried was doing like, if Puck is alive is false, logic add score 0. So like if Puck was dead, do not score. I couldn't get that to work. I couldn't figure that out, and I didn't feel like searching it up. It was a very specific scenario. I couldn't really figure out what to search up, I guess. So I kind of just offset the trigger. Kind of a little workaround, I guess. But let's play the game. I'm proud of myself for it. I started working on it midday Wednesday, around 11 or 12 Wednesday, and it is now 10:30 p.m. on Saturday. Music. There's a little bit of music. Copyright free, of course. The source material for the game is not copyright free, but I'm not selling this, and this is not my original content other than the actual work to code the game, design the game, and the art for the game. All inspired by Berserk. I really like Berserk, and I would love to make a Berserk game one day if I ever was able to. If I ever got to that point. But yeah, it's just Flappy Bird. And boom. See how he fell off? Because the trigger's like right here. So if you die on that and you fall off, you're probably not hitting that. But you gotta play again. Coded it to where when he falls, you die. You go too high, you die. Exit the main menu. Play. Fall, you die. Exit the main menu. Exit. I'm really proud of myself. I look forward to maybe bringing you guys some more devlogs in the future. I don't know what my next project's going to be, but I will be starting that probably in 2 to 3 weeks. I go on vacation this Friday, so yeah. But hopefully I don't lose everything I've learned. Peace.